Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Manchester City plays Spurs tomorrow at the Etihad Stadium in the evening kickoff, and it's Spurs. It's Spurs. What are we expecting, if anything, other than a potential bogey team? I'm still pretty confident, I'll be honest, but of course, every time we see Spurs in the calendar, we have to think, are they going to do that Spursy thing again? Be incredibly consistent all season, be pretty poor against us, then somehow get a victory. Of course, that hangs over every single waking thought when that fixture's in the calendar. But still, we've got many reasons to feel optimistic. So today, I'm going to run through all the Manchester City news and all the information ahead of this game and get some thoughts as well from a Spurs fan later on in the video. I want to say as well, don't forget, if you are new to the channel and you do enjoy this video content, please do hit that like button. Let's try and get to 1,000 likes. And please do also, let's try and hit that subscribe button as well. I'm at 60k now. It'd be good to get to 70k. It'd be wonderful. So if you want to help support the channel, ultimately I'd love to get to 100k. It'd be absolutely incredible. After that, I can hang up my virtual YouTube boots. I'd be a happy man, but please do help support the channel if you like this content. So this game, of course, Manchester City go into it unbeaten in the league since October. Domestically, we are doing very, very, very well. Right now, of course, we are 9 points clear. Liverpool do have a game in hand. We're top of the table, and Spurs are... well, they're down in 8th. They're on 36 points with the team in 4th, Manchester United on 43. So there's only 7 points there. But the Spurs do have 3 games in hand on Man United. They've only played 22 due to rearrangements. So they've got a chance to jump up the table. And of course, they will be aware of that given the fact that they've got Antonio Conte, a world-class manager, a genuinely world-class manager. But obviously, there's no guarantee in anything in football. There's no guarantee they'll win those games. And there's no guarantee that this will be an easy game for Manchester City either. It's the kind of game that we've got to traverse through and hopefully we turn our form around against Spurs in general, and I'm confident we will do, but it won't be easy. Guardiola was in decent form as well in the press conference today. He was talking about Storm Eunice. The weather's been really bad in the UK if you're not familiar. Guardiola said, we're going to train today and we'll see how they are. Hopefully with the wind, we cannot have players flying in the sky. We will see. It really has been that bad. Wheelie bins everywhere. It's been an absolute mess. Now, he talked about Tottenham. He talked about Tottenham's form as well, which is really relevant. He said, this is the problem about Tottenham. They've lost 3 times and they'll be ready for tomorrow. To lose 4 times in a row is not easy. And we suffer every time with Harry Kane, Lucas Moura. They have a lot of quality. The patterns that they do, what I saw yesterday, today, they realise. A manager arrives in the middle of the season, changes things, playing every 3 days. You need time, but there's no time. This club gave me time, and all managers need time. Guardiola's words there, and he's right, to be honest. What makes me a little bit anxious about this game is the fact that Spurs have lost 3 in a row in the league. And when you've lost 3 in a row in the league, well, there's always more of a momentum and energy to try and turn it around. Hopefully it will be 4, of course, but always fear the wounded animal, even if the wounded animal is, well, Spurs, I guess. Sorry, Spurs fans. Not sorry at the same time. Conte as well, of course, is the manager. Guardiola was talking a little bit about Conte. These are all Guardiola quotes now. He said his impact was clear. Many teams, his impact was clear in the Premier League, that is. He said many teams started to play 5 at the back and world football copied and pasted it. Good. I like that analogy, Guardiola. He said he changed many teams. He won the Premier League fantastically well. He passed and played his system. He made his stamp on this league. He said, I don't have words. I learn a lot watching his teams, the movement, and the clubs rely on him 100% and his ideas. He showed in Juventus and changed many things at Milan, at Chelsea. If the club rely on 100%, they will have success. He said he went on to say as well, in my first season, it was tough versus Antonio Conte. Many times in this country, you can talk about it. We know how difficult this country can be. Manager, even the national team, as a manager, even the national team, how they play is fantastic. I have incredible respect because I learned something new. It's always hard to read his quotes like Guardiola because obviously it's his second language. It's always a bit broken. But he's right. Conte is a fantastic manager with an immense amount of credibility. A world-class manager. I've got an awful lot of respect for Conte. He's the top-tier coach, you know. He's up there alongside, you know, your likes of Tuchel's, Klopp's, Guardiola's. Maybe not quite Guardiola in my personal opinion, but either way, he's a world-class manager. And if he does get the time and support, he will be successful at Spurs. I really believe that. In terms of the team news, well, Guardiola was asked about Jack Grealish's injury. He said, I'm not a doctor. The shin seems much better. It's less than he had last season, but I don't know. I didn't talk to the doctor. We will see, but I think he'll not be for tomorrow, but hopefully the next weeks. It also looks like we'll be without Cole Palmer again, unfortunately, and Gabriel Jesus. Sam Lee confirmed it looks like that Gabriel Jesus could return next week, though, which is obviously good news. It could be against Everton, potentially, or something like that next weekend at Goodison Park. But either way, it looks kind of pretty much as you were, really. Kyle Walker now available, of course, after his suspension, which brings me on to the lineup. Now, this is the bit that's always interesting. Tomorrow, by the way, I will be doing a live video tomorrow morning, so get ready for that. You'll be able to find it scheduled on my channel already, where you guys can pick the 11. I'll do a live chat as we discuss the 11, where you can pick the 11 that you want, not that you think Guardiola would do. It'll be interesting, so I'll do that tomorrow. I'll see you there. But this is the 11 that I think Guardiola is going to pick based on everything we know about the squad currently and Manchester City's current form and success. So it's going to be Ederson in goal. It's always a given. Steady Eddie Ederson will be between the sticks. Kyle Walker, of course, will return against his former club. It's a no-brainer given the fact, that he's obviously had a few days off as well, given the fact that he didn't play midweek. So Kyle Walker will be there. I think it will be Diaz and Laporte with Cancelo at left back. I do think we'll play a pretty strong team. I think Guardiola, in all respects, Spurs, he respects Conte, so I think he'll play what he deems probably his strongest back four there. I don't think that's fair on Stones, but you know what I'm saying, that's the one he picks most often this season. Rodri, of course, will be in midfield in this game, and I think, unfortunately for Gundogan, I think he'll sit this one out again. I think it'll be Bernardo after a fantastic performance the other day, and I think it'll be Kevin De Bruyne as well, actually, to be fair. Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo, and then, to be honest, it's sort of as you were once again. Sterling's in cracking form right now, Mahrez is, and of course we played on Tuesday, and this is a home game, and it wasn't too far to travel, so all things being said, I think the players are probably in decent condition, so I think it'll be Sterling and Mahrez out wide, with Phil Foden once again carrying on as the false 9 forward, which suits me, to be honest. It's a strong team, and I can't really pull too many, can't pull that to pieces. It's a very strong team, and maybe we'll see Gundogan play there. Maybe he'll come in with, a surprise rest or something like De Bruyne or something like that, or Bernardo. But I think it will be Gundogan on the bench, unfortunately for him. Stones could also play. Maybe Zinchenko might get a surprise start as well. But ultimately, I think the team sort of picks itself from Guardiola's perspective. In terms of Spurs themselves, well, they have been a whole bunch of misfortune at times this season. I did speak to Matt Hayes last night from the Tottenham blog YouTube channel for a long chat about Spurs' fortunes this season. Go and watch that. Matt's a lovely lad, and obviously after loads of insight onto what's going on at Spurs at the moment. But here's a little clip from what Matt thinks on Spurs this season so far and what we can expect tomorrow. What's your realistic expectations from this?
I was on a Spurs podcast last night, and when I'm on Spurs shows, I give a slightly optimistic prediction. And my optimistic prediction was 4-0 to Man City. And that's my genuine feeling. That is my genuine feeling, because we can't defend. We really can't defend. Look, we will make changes to the last couple of games. Reguilon will come back in at left wing back. Look, it's either Doherty or Emerson at right wing back, with Sterling on form. He's going to score. He's going to get an assist. You're going to win the game down that side of the pitch. We'll have that 3 in midfield. I'm hoping it's going to be Bentancur, Højbjerg and Skip if he's back. Again, he's been a big miss for us, but if he's back, he'll be good in there. If not, Winks in that position could do well, because he does do a little bit better in that back three, or in the midfield 3. And then just Kane and Son up top, trying to feed off scraps and make something happen from everything they can do. But it's going to be dreadful. We're going to park the bus, and I'm glad that we are, because for me, going into this game from minute 1, it's damage limitation.
He's not a happy boy, Matt, bless him. He really is getting it. That Spurs has gone to Spurs. The most Spursy thing possible would be to mess it up with Conte and Mourinho and all these other great coaches. But we'll see. Either way, I understand his pessimism, and you can't really not understand it when you look at Spurs' results. I'll get a couple of teams up alongside me now, 1 second. So they obviously lost against Wolves 2-0. They lost against Southampton 3-2, even though they were winning. A couple of last-minute goals, I think it was. Last 10-minute goals. Elyounoussi and Che Adams both scored from very similar goals. Ward-Prowse just whipping crosses to the back post. And they also got beat by Chelsea 2-0. They did have a victory in the FA Cup 3-1 over Brighton in between all that, but their form currently isn't good. They aren't playing particularly well. They're often playing a two-man midfield, which is interesting. They're playing 3 at the back with Doherty and Session as wing-backs, with Vinks and Bentancur currently midfield. Lucas, Son and Kane pretty much are going to start this. We all know that. But this is how they played against Wolves there. As you can see there, Romero, Davis, Sanchez, Lloris, Doherty, Winks, Bentancur, Session, Lucas, Son and Kane. And it didn't go too well for them. Even against Southampton, where they were winning until to the 80th minute. This is how they lined up. Sanchez, Romero, Davis. Emerson, Winks, Højbjerg, he could go back into the team, by the way, I reckon, for a bit more steel there. I think they probably will play three in midfield in this game because it's Manchester City. I think they'll be a little bit more cautious. Reguilon there at left back, and Lucas, Son and Kane is pretty much guaranteed. In terms of their actual injuries, I think Eric Dyer is back in first team training, so we might see him in this game. Tanganga's out. He has a good game against us sometimes, Tanganga, but he's out, thankfully. And Oliver Skipp's also unavailable. It could be Emerson Royale and Reguilon coming back into the team at wing backs, but I don't really know. But either way, I think certain players are nailed on. Harry Kane, of course, the one that got away in many people's eyes, massively linked to Manchester City. There was a report today from Matt Law at the Daily Telegraph. He said that City never actually got close to signing Kane in the summer. The only official offer, according to Matt Law, was 75 million plus possibility of 25 million in add-ons. Apparently, Daniel Levy would never entertain anything less than a guaranteed 120 million, which I sort of agree with, to be honest, if we're going to offer 100 million for Jack Grealish. But I don't really care. I didn't want Harry Kane. I've said that a billion times. Controversial take, I know. It's just more I wanted the next superstar. Your Alvarez, your Haaland, someone like that. Speaking of which, by the way, I have started a TikTok. Yep, me. I'm on TikTok. I did a little TikTok last night about Alvarez. Go and check it out. It'll be on screen right now, actually, so you can have a quick look at it. Go and do that. But to Spurs, yeah, they are an interesting team. They're not a particularly confident team. Having said that, with my prediction, Spurs do have this little kind of bogey thing over us. They do have the fear of God into me right now. But I am confident about this game. I do think this is the finally going to be a time where we actually turn the screw on Spurs and get at them. And I'm going to go for a pretty comfortable win. I'm going to say a 3-0 Manchester City. That sounds crazy, but I don't know why. I feel like we'll be really up for this game. I feel like we've got a point to prove against Spurs. I'm hoping for an awful lot against this bogey team of ours. Guys, thanks for watching this. Do let me know down in the comments the team that you would pick. And of course, join me tomorrow for Pick the 11 live in the morning. I don't know what time it's going to be at. I'll schedule it sometime, probably 10 o'clock or something like that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Big love to every single one of the people scrolling down the side of the screen. Patreon producer Scott Denemy as well. You're all absolutely awesome. Now, we're doing a watch along tomorrow as well, so I'll catch you then. Go check out all the content, including my opinions of why I think this could be the year in the Champions League. It could be. And also the opposition preview. For now, though, have a wonderful night. In a bit.